At Christmas, my sister's kid pointed at my son and said, "Grandma says you're just the helps kid." Everyone laughed. I took my boy's hand and left. That night, I canceled every utility auto payment. At 8 a.m., my dad texted, "The lights are out. What did you do?" I replied, "This is just the beginning." The words came out of my nephew's mouth at 4:23 p.m. on Christmas Day. We were in my parents' living room. 27 people, extended family, the smell of ham and pine, wrapping paper scattered across the floor. My 7-year-old son Marcus was showing his cousin Nathan, also 7, the Lego set Santa had brought him. Nathan looked at Marcus, then at me, then back at Marcus. "Grandma says you're just the helps kid." The room went silent for exactly 2 seconds. Then everyone laughed. My mother, my father, my sister Rebecca, her husband Derek, all of them, laughing, like it was the punchline to a joke I hadn't heard. Marcus's face crumbled. His eyes went wide, confused, hurt. He looked at me. I took his hand. "We're leaving. Jessica, come on," my mother said, still smiling. "It was just a joke, just a joke." I didn't respond, just walked to the door, Marcus's hand in mine, grabbed our coats, walked out into the cold December air. Behind us, I heard my father. "Oh, for God's sake, she's so sensitive." More laughter. I buckled Marcus into his car seat. His face was wet with tears. "Mommy, what does that mean? The helps kid?" "Nothing, baby. It means nothing. But Grandma said—" Grandma was wrong. I drove home in silence, Marcus crying quietly in the back seat. I'd been funding my parents' lives for 3 years, 2 months, and 8 days when that Christmas happened. It started in October 2020. My father's contracting business collapsed during COVID. Commercial construction stopped. His contracts evaporated. His crew got laid off. He was 61. My mother was 59. They'd been comfortable. Not rich, but stable. 3-bedroom house in Arlington, Virginia. 2 cars. Retirement accounts. Then it all fell apart. Dad called me on a Tuesday. "Jessica, we need to talk." I drove over that evening. Found them at the kitchen table. Bills spread out. Calculator. Stress radiating off them like heat. "We're 3 months behind on utilities," Dad said. No preamble. "Electric company is threatening shutoff. Gas too. We owe $2,400. What about your savings?" "Gone. Used it to keep the business afloat before we accepted it was over." My mother's voice was quiet. "We're drowning, Jessica." I was a nurse practitioner at Virginia Hospital Center. Made $83,000 a year. Good money. Owned my own 3-bedroom townhouse in Falls Church. Bought it with the life insurance money when Marcus's father died in a motorcycle accident when I was 6 months pregnant. I was comfortable. Not rich, but comfortable. "I'll cover the utilities," I said. "Jessica, that's too much. It's temporary, right? Just until you get back on your feet?" "Of course. Just a few months. 6 at most." I started paying their utilities in November 2020. Electric, gas, water, internet. 2 cell phones. Average monthly cost, $847. By March 2021, Dad had found part-time work at Home Depot. $14 an hour, 25 hours a week. Mom got a job at Target. Same deal. Together, they made maybe $2,800 a month after taxes. Their mortgage was $1,650. Utilities were $847. That left $303 for everything else, so I kept paying utilities. Then came my sister. Rebecca was 37, 3 years older than me. Worked in sales, made decent money but had terrible spending habits. Designer clothes, expensive vacations, new car every 3 years. Her son Nathan was in private school, St. Thomas Academy, $16,000 a year. In June 2021, she called me crying. "Derek lost his job. We can't afford Nathan's tuition. They're kicking him out. Can't you transfer him to public school?" "Public school? Jessica, he's at St. Thomas. He has friends there. A routine. We can't just uproot him. Then what do you want me to do? Help us, just for a year, until Derek finds something." "Rebecca, please. You know how hard it was for Nathan to get in there. If he leaves, he can't come back." I looked at Marcus, 7 years old, attending the public elementary school 3 blocks from our house, getting a good education, making friends. But Rebecca's son deserved private school? "I'll cover half," I said. $8,000. You figure out the other 8. "Thank you. Thank you so much." I started paying $667 a month for Nathan's tuition. Then came the car. Rebecca's credit tanked in 2022. Too many credit cards, late payments, charged off accounts. She needed a new car. Her BMW lease was up. She wanted to buy, but couldn't get approved. "Can you co-sign?" she asked. "Rebecca, your credit is a mess. I'll make the payments, I swear. I just need someone with good credit to co-sign." Against my better judgment, I did it. $427 a month. Honda Accord. Practical, reliable. So by Christmas 2023, I was paying parents' utilities, $847 month, Nathan's tuition, $667 month, Rebecca's car, $427 month total, $1,941 per month, $23,292 per year, over 3 years, $69,876, actually more, because utilities had gone up. I was paying closer to $950 a month by late 2023. Call it $126,000 over 3 years, for a family that called my son the helps kid. I'd noticed the comments before Christmas. Small things, easy to ignore. Last Thanksgiving, my father had made a joke about me trapping myself young. We were having dinner, turkey, stuffing, the whole thing. "Jessica could have been something," he'd said, casual, like he was commenting on the weather. "If she hadn't gotten herself knocked up at 27. Dad, I'm just saying, you were on track. Good career. Then you had Marcus and everything stopped." "Nothing stopped. I'm a nurse practitioner. You could have been a doctor. You were smart enough." enough. But then, he gestured at Marcus, who was 7 and sitting right there. My mother had nodded. It's a shame. You had so much potential. Marcus had looked at me, confused, hurt. I'd changed the subject. Then there was my sister's comment in October. We were at my parents' house, family dinner. Rebecca was complaining about work. I swear, the new admin they hired is useless. Doesn't know anything. Barely finished community college. You know the type. My mother had laughed. At least she finished something. Not like the help these days, right? The woman who cleans our house can barely speak English. They'd both laughed. I'd felt my jaw tighten. Marcus's father was Mexican-American, first-generation college graduate, smart, ambitious, died too young. Marcus looked like him. Brown skin, dark hair, beautiful. And my family talked about the help like they were less than human. I should have said something. I didn't. I told myself it wasn't about Marcus, that I was being oversensitive. But it was about Marcus. It had always been about Marcus. That night, after I put Marcus to bed, I sat at my kitchen table, opened my laptop, logged into my bank account, looked at the auto payments. Dominion Energy, $187 month to my parents' account. Washington Gas, $143 month to my parents' account. Fairfax Water, $89 month to my parents' account. Verizon, $247 month for my parents' 2 phone lines. Comcast, $284 month for my parents' internet and cable. St. Thomas Academy, $667 month from my account. Memo line, Nathan Rodriguez tuition. Honda Financial Services, $427 month. Cosigner payment for Rebecca's car. Total, $2,044 month. I started clicking. Cancel, 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 cancel. Delete, autopay, delete, autopay, delete, autopay. Then I called St. Thomas Academy's billing office. Got voicemail. Left a message. This is Jessica Martinez. I need to remove myself as payer for Nathan Rodriguez. Student ID 47382. Effective immediately. Do not contact me about future payments. Then, Honda Financial Services. Same thing. Voicemail. This is Jessica Martinez, cosigner on account number 884739204471 for Rebecca Rodriguez. I'm withdrawing as cosigner effective immediately. I will not be making any future payments. By 11:47 p.m., I was done. Every payment canceled, every auto transfer deleted, every obligation severed. I closed my laptop, went to bed, slept better than I had in 3 years. My phone buzzed at 8:03 a.m. the next morning. Dad, the lights are out. Power company says our account is past due. What did you do? I typed out a response. This is just the beginning. Dad, what are you talking about? Me. Check your gas, your water, your internet, your phone. 3 minutes passed. He called. I declined. My mother called. Declined. Rebecca called. Declined. At 8:47 a.m., Rebecca left a voicemail. I listened to it on speaker while making coffee. You petty bitch. Nathan's school called. They said you removed yourself as payer. His tuition is due in 3 days. My car payment bounced. Honda called. What the hell is wrong with you? I saved the voicemail. Then texted back. Ask your son what grandma told him to say to mine. No response. At 9:34 a.m., my father was pounding on my door. I'd expected this. Opened it. Didn't let him in. You can't just cut us off. His face was red. Angry. Watch me. We had an agreement to help temporarily. 3 years isn't temporary. We still need help. Then you shouldn't have let your grandson humiliate mine. That was harmless. Kids say things. Kids repeat what adults teach them. Mom taught him that Marcus is trash, that I'm the help because I had a child at 27 with a Mexican man. His face shifted. Uncomfortable now. That's not, we never said, yes, you did. You've been saying it for years. Just not to my face. You're overreacting. I'm protecting my son. My mother's car screeched into the driveway behind him. She got out, stormed over. The power company wants $800 to turn it back on. $800, Jessica. Not my problem. We're your parents. And he's my son, your grandson, the one you let your other grandson call the helps kid. It was a joke. Nobody was laughing, except you. This is about money, she said. Her voice had gone cold. You're mad we're not paying you back. I never asked to be paid back. I asked for basic respect from Marcus, and you couldn't even give him that. We love Marcus. You tolerate Marcus. There's a difference. Rebecca's SUV pulled up. She got out, dragging Nathan by the arm. Apologize, she hissed at him. Nathan looked at the ground. Sorry. For what? I asked. Silence. That's what I thought. I looked at Rebecca. You didn't even tell him what he did wrong. He's 7. So is Marcus, the one who cried himself to sleep last night because your family taught him he's worthless. Nobody said he's worthless. You said he's the helps kid. What does that mean, Rebecca? She didn't answer. It means lesser. It means beneath you. It means his father, my husband, was beneath you because he was brown and working class. That's not what it meant. Then what did it mean? Silence. I looked at all 3 of them. My parents, my sister. I've been paying your bills for 3 years. $126,000, give or take. And you spent that time teaching your grandkids that mine is less than. We never, last Thanksgiving, Dad said I trapped myself with a baby. Mom agreed. Called it a shame in front of Marcus. Dad's face flushed. In October, Mom talked about the help like they're animals while looking at Marcus. You're being dramatic. And yesterday you laughed when Nathan called him the helps kid. You laughed. Nobody responded. I am something, I said quietly. I'm a nurse practitioner making $83,000 a year. I own my home. I raised my son alone. And I've I've been bankrolling all of you for 3 years while you disrespected everything I've built. We didn't mean, yes, you did. You just didn't think I'd do anything about it. My father stepped forward. When are you turning the utilities back on? I'm not. What? Figure it out yourselves. We can't afford. Get better jobs. Work full-time. Do what you have to do. Not my problem. Rebecca's voice was shrill now. And Nathan's tuition? Not my problem. He'll have to transfer to public school. Good. Maybe he'll learn that kids from public school are just as valuable as kids from St. Thomas. You're destroying this family, my mother screamed. No, you did that when you taught a 7-year-old to mock another 7-year-old for being born. I started closing the door. My father grabbed it. Please, we're sorry. We'll make it right. It's too late. We can fix this. You can't fix 3 years of disrespect with one apology. What do you want? My mother asked, tears starting now. I want you to leave. They stared. Now, they left. But my phone didn't stop. By noon, I had 47 missed calls. Aunts, uncles, cousins, people I hadn't heard from in years. Text after text. How could you abandon your parents? They raised you. You owe them. Family doesn't treat family like this. I replied to every single one the same way. I paid their bills for 3 years, $126,000. My parents taught my nephew to call my son the helps kid. Everyone laughed. I'm done funding cruelty. Some people stopped responding. Some doubled down. That doesn't matter. They're your parents. You're tearing the family apart. Others took my side. Wait, they said what to Marcus? You've been paying their utilities for 3 years? Good for you. They had it coming. My cousin Angela called. Jessica, I just heard. I'm so sorry. For what? For what they said. For what they've been saying. I didn't realize I should have said something. You knew? Everyone knew. Your mom makes comments all the time about Marcus, about his dad, about you having a kid too young with the wrong person. I thought you knew. My chest tightened. Everyone knew? Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have told you. I hung up, sat on my couch. Marcus was at school, wouldn't be home until 3:15. I had 3 hours to process the fact that my entire extended family had been mocking my son behind my back for years. At 2:47 p.m., my phone rang. Unknown number. I answered. Hello, Ms. Martinez? This is Caroline Fletcher from St. Thomas Academy. I'm calling regarding Nathan Rodriguez's tuition account. I left a voicemail. I'm no longer paying. Yes, we received that. However, spring semester tuition is due in 5 days, January 2nd. That's $8,000. If payment isn't received, Nathan won't be able to attend. That's between you and his parents. Ms. Martinez, Nathan is in the middle of the school year. Pulling him out now would be very disruptive. Not my problem. I'm not his parent. I'm not responsible for his education. But you've been paying for 3 years as a favor. The favor is over. I see. Well, I'll need to contact his parents directly then. Good luck. I hung up. At 4:18 p.m., Honda Financial Services called. Ms. Martinez, this is Troy Watkins from Honda Financial. I'm calling about account 8847-3920-4471. You're listed as cosigner. I'm removing myself as cosigner. That's not possible without refinancing the loan or paying it off. Then repossess the car. Pause. Ma'am, if payments stop, we will repossess the vehicle. But it will severely impact both your credit and the primary borrower's credit. I don't care. I'm not making any more payments. Can I ask why? Personal reasons. My sister can refinance or she can lose the car. That's her choice. I'll note this in the account. Thank you for calling. My parents' power stayed off for 2 weeks. I know because my mother called from different numbers, friends' phones, neighbors, leaving increasingly desperate voicemails. Please, it's freezing. We have no heat. Your father has a heart condition. He needs his CPAP machine. Fine, you win. We're sorry. Please turn the power back on. I didn't respond. On January 3rd, Rebecca's car was repossessed from the St. Thomas parking lot. Nathan texted Marcus. They had phones now, apparently. My mom says your mom is a bitch. Marcus showed me. I took his phone, blocked Nathan's number. Am I? Marcus asked quietly. The helps kid? No, baby. You're my kid. My smart, kind, wonderful kid. But Grandma said Grandma was wrong and cruel, and she's not in our lives anymore. Good, he said. On January 15th, I got a call from Adult Protective Services. Ms. Martinez, this is Diane Chen from Fairfax County APS. We received a report that you're financially exploiting your elderly parents. My stomach dropped. What? Your parents filed a complaint. They say you've been taking money from their accounts and refusing to pay their bills despite promising to help. That's not, they're lying. Can you come in to discuss this? We need to investigate. Fine. When? Tomorrow, 10 a.m. I showed up with documentation. Bank statements showing every payment I'd made over 3 years. Utility bills in their names showing I was the payer. Texts and emails where they thanked me for helping. Diane Chen reviewed everything. So you've been paying their bills voluntarily? Yes, for 3 years. Then I stopped. Why? Because they called my son the helps kid at Christmas, and I'm done funding people who disrespect my child. She was quiet for a moment. Ms. Martinez, I'm closing this case. There's no financial exploitation. You were helping voluntarily. You're allowed to stop. They filed a false report. I'll note that in the case file. On January 23rd, Nathan transferred to public school, Fairfax County Elementary. The same school Marcus attended, same grade, same teacher. I found out when Marcus came home. Nathan's in my class now. What? He started today. He cried during recess. Said he misses his old school. Did you talk to him? No. He called me the helps kid. That's okay. You don't don't have to be friends with people who hurt you. On February 2nd, my father called from the hospital. Not his number, a nurse's. Ms. Martinez, your father asked me to call. He had a mild heart attack. He's stable, but he's asking for you. I drove to Virginia Hospital Center, the same hospital where I worked. Found him in the ICU, pale, tubes, monitors beeping. Jessica, his voice was weak. Dad, thank you for coming. What happened? Stress. The doctor says stress. You need to take care of yourself. I've been trying, but everything, his voice broke. Everything fell apart. The power, the bills. Your mother is furious. Rebecca won't talk to us. Nathan is miserable in public school. That's not my fault. I know, but Jessica, he grabbed my hand. Please, help us. Just one more time. No, please. No, Dad. You spent 3 years teaching my son he's worthless. I'm not rewarding that. We never— Yes, you did. And you laughed about it. At Christmas. In front of him. Tears ran down his face. I'm sorry. I know you are. But sorry doesn't fix it. I left. 3 months after Christmas, my mother called. From her own phone. Which meant they'd gotten the power turned back on. How? I asked. Your father took a loan against his pension. We're working full-time now, both of us. Target and Home Depot. 40 hours a week. Good. It's hard. We're 62. We're exhausted. You're also capable. We want to see Marcus. No. He's our grandson. He's the grandson you called the helps kid. You don't get access to him anymore. We've apologized to me, not to him. He's 7. He doesn't understand. He understands that you laughed when someone hurt him. That's enough. She hung up. 6 months after Christmas, Rebecca sent me an email. Subject, I'm sorry. Jessica, I know you won't answer my calls. I hope you'll read this. I'm sorry for what Nathan said, for laughing, for not defending Marcus. I've spent 6 months thinking about it, about how I raised Nathan to think he's better than other kids because he went to private school, about how I absorbed Mom and Dad's attitude toward Marcus without questioning it. Nathan is struggling in public school. Not academically, he's fine there, but socially. He doesn't have friends. The kids know he used to go to St. Thomas. They call him Rich Boy. And I realized that's what we did to Marcus. We labeled him, made him less than, and Marcus never did anything except exist. I'm sorry. I don't expect forgiveness. I just wanted you to know. Rebecca. I didn't respond. A year after Christmas, Marcus and I spent the holiday alone, just the two of us. Chinese takeout, Marvel movies, Lego sets. Mommy? He asked while building the Millennium Falcon. Yeah, baby? Are we going to Grandma's next year? No, sweetie. We're staying home. Good. He smiled. I like it better when it's just us. I held him tight because my family had spent 3 years teaching him he was less than, and I'd spent 3 years funding them while they did it. But not anymore. Now, it was just us, and we were enough. More than enough. Because I'd rather have Christmas alone with my son than surrounded by family who called him the helps kid and laughed about it. Some families are worth saving. Mine wasn't. So I let them drown, and Marcus and I learned to swim.